I wonder how long the Ultimax story is. I really hope that this playthrough doesn't get to like 200 parts. I don't think it will, but we are coming up on part 100. Get kicked. We're gonna be done with the arena storyline before part 100, but I think we're gonna get done with it right before part 100. Better luck next time, sucker. Oh wow, he kicked me out of it. What's my L1 again? An aerial move? It's over, Narukami. Get executed. Excuse me, you're alive. Get grabbed. Easy.
I've won. I will move on.
I held out my hand to Narukami, who had collapsed on the floor, and help him up. Fortunately, I won the match. Although in fighting these people, I have come to see them in a new light.
But first, I have something to ask you.
In this world, to encounter another leads to an immediate win-or-lose situation. That's why I had intended to limit my interactions with others. All I felt regarding these students was regret for dragging them into this mess. But in order to be sure I can save Labrys, I feel that I'll need their help. Since they have more experience with this world, they're most likely closer to settling this.
You said that you want to save Labrys too, but you barely know her. She isn't human and has been through things that aren't easy to understand. What were you going to do for her when you found her?
Narukami quietly closes his eyes before answering.
Nothing in particular, but I could have stood at her side at the very least.
At her side?
A number of things dawned on me with Narukami's words. Though I had resolved to fight by myself, I wasn't truly alone. I had family and close allies, all who supported me. But Labrys was alone. She fought against the same units who shared her fate, and after escaping into this world, she had no one. I see. I understand now. He politely underlines something important I had overlooked. He's not the first to show me a new perspective like this. This warm sensation that spreads within me, I understand now. That's why Narukami reminded me of him.
You really do remind me of an old friend.
I do?
Yes. Though he's more than just a friend. I owe my life to him.
I attempt to contact Kujikawa again. When she responds, I give her another request. She eagerly agrees to heartful cry. And Narukami, who's listening in, nods in satisfaction.
Well then, I'll be going now. To save Labrys.
There is no hesitation now. I have seen what must be done. I must go forth to keep my promise with them. Labrys will be saved. I'm certain of that now. No, bring back the heartful cry. In order to pursue the escaped shadow, I stop briefly and attempt to locate it with my persona. It's on the move and it's headed to the...
Kujikawa, can you hear me? The shadow is headed to the announcement room again.
I've already picked up on her and got out. Also, I've managed to reach your friends. I was just talking to someone named Aegis.
Kujikawa says she's never tried to connect multiple people at once, but with a little practice, she's picked up the knack. Her persona support skills are advanced indeed. In contrast to my own inability to contact my friends against this noise without linking my persona to the communicator, she easily located Akihiko and Aegis. Really, she's quite talented.
Aegis, can you hear me? I need you to keep Kujikawa safe.
Understood.
The shadow's presence is nearby. I retrace my steps to the announcement room and throw open the door. I'm ready to end this. It's very red.
My, you've come. Sorry, but you're too late. You really helped me out, though. You were pretty hard on this girl, weren't you?
The expression drains from Labrys' face as she mutters to herself with self-reproach. The shadows must be hammering at Labrys' psyche in order to have Labrys deny herself.
Look here. We've got a guest. This human's here to take us back. She'll never understand how we feel. A typical human. Stop! Don't say any more!
Labrys.
I step between Labrys and her shadow and draw my weapon. Aw, this is nice. The shadow looks at me and her face boils over with hatred.
What's this all about? Oh, of course. It would be a problem if she were destroyed while you were retrieving her, huh? Retrieve? No! This has got nothing to do with me! How long are you gonna lie to yourself? It's about time you face reality. You want the everyday boys and girls to experience what you had to go through, right? That's why we're in a school, having a fighting tournament. You want to see close friends fight for their lives against each other. Because if they do that, then they might understand. You want to make them understand. That ain't true, but it didn't work. Kirito marched in here and spoiled your fun. It's all right, though. You don't have to worry about that anymore. I'll take care of everything from here. I'll destroy anyone who doesn't understand you and comes to get in your way. Just like you once did. No! No! That ain't what I want! You're...
The Shadow's smirk widens at Labrys's protests.
You're not me!
Labrys's rejection seems to have crossed some line. I can sense the Shadow's power rising dramatically in response to her words.
That's right. I'm myself. I'm free! Even if I'm a misunderstood machine. I'll escape from all this!
Whoop.
It's gone berserk, but there should still be time. I'll make you settle down.
I support Labrys, who slumped over, and make my intentions plain.
What's with you, you hypocrite? The way you've been acting pisses me off! How can you be so kind to her? No matter what you do, it won't erase your sins! Fine. Since you're a Kirito, why not tell you exactly what your family did to me? What they made me do!
The Shadow thrusts her weapon towards me as if sentencing... So I'm gonna die real quick? Sentencing me to judgment.
Remember those spectating students? What did you think those human-shaped silhouettes were?
For a moment, her unexpected shift in topics catches me off guard. This catches me off guard, too. Aren't they just shadows, or are they supposed to represent, like, the scientists that were watching you or something?
Those were shadows, too. Shadows of the prototypes you made her destroy.
Really? That seems unlikely.
When they were destroyed, their information was transferred to the victor. What's left of their hearts remains deep inside Labrys.
Okay, actually, I guess that does make sense. I buy it.
That's right. They all have a soul. But because they never fully developed, their shadows helped her play school after they separated from her. Do you see? Those spectators you saw everywhere were her sisters she had to kill at the Kirito group's orders.
I am at a loss for words. I can only stand there speechless.
I haven't forgotten. I'll never let their memories or their pain go. I won't forgive anyone who tries to take my freedom.
Her anger, it's justified. It's natural for her to hold a grudge after what we did to them.
I acknowledge your anger and grief. Setting things right here is my way of atoning. This fight will release you from your curse once and for all.
Let's get it. Bam, 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 bam. I want to try and get Mitsuru's ult. Mitsuru's ult is one of my favorites.
Final.
What's up? You good there? Dude, that throw does so much damage. What the heck? Oh, I've been grabbed right when I was about to do the grabbing. This is fine. It ate me? No, my persona! How did you block so many of my throws? Come on. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? You good? Don't mind me, I'm just jumping a little bit. Are you... Alright, well, if you're not gonna hit me, I'll hit you. Ow. Ow again.
I'll show you my resolve. Execution.
You're done.
I misjudged.
I misjudged! No, you're not mad at it! No, I wanted to do the ult! Now I gotta kick you. And throw you. And then hit you with my sword. There we go. Dang it, I wanted to get the execution. After a fierce battle, the Shadow finally falls silent and stops resisting entirely. I go to elevate Labrys to help bring her around. When she regains consciousness, she looks at me with sorrow and resignation.
Am I gonna be alone again? What am I saying? Of course I am. After all I've done.
No. No one will lock you away ever again.
Huh?
I thought I had a firm grasp on things. But in the end, all I did was drive you into a corner. I'm sorry.
Why is a Kirito apologizing to a machine? I mean, I I hurt people. Dragged them into my own mess. I'm just like I was before. There ain't no reason to forgive me.
That is solely your opinion.
Huh?
And your opinion sucks!
Kujikawa, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Is that Rise-san?
That's right. You've met her too, and...
It seems Kujikawa accomplished what I asked of her earlier. Oh, she's gonna have like all the Persona 4 cast talk to Labris and be like, hey, we're buddies. I wanted her to use her Persona ability to connect the voices of her friends directly to Labris. Some of them I've met, while some I don't know at all. In truth, some of them may find it hard to forgive Labris for dragging them into this, even after learning of her circumstances. But I believe in them.
To tell the truth, I only saw you for a second, so I ain't really sure what's going on.
It's so incredibly kanji.
But it seemed like you went through a lot. Anyway, hope things start looking up.
What a man!
It's way too simple. Can't you think of anything better to say?
Hey, it ain't simple at all. I know damn well how tough it is to see a shadow come out of yourself.
Yeah, we've all been through the same thing, so we'd suck pretty bad if we didn't forgive you.
You caused me a lot of trouble, but it was still kind of fun. Kinda.
They know how to accept someone for who they are, regardless of looks. That's why even though Labris is a machine, they will surely welcome her. I'm confident of it. And indeed, they respond to Labris with more warmth than I had thought.
What we saw wasn't the whole picture, right? That's just how our hearts are.
I concur. None of us can cast stones after you've gone through the hardship of facing your shadow.
That aside, I'm just glad you're okay. I was worried about you. I left you alone knowing you couldn't use a persona.
Labris, when you come back, we should talk.
Senpai's right, and not just us. Sister, can you hear me? I too would like to talk with you. There's something I'd like to tell you. You may know it already, but still.
The voices chiming in are gentle, kind, and warm. I can't help but be touched as well. Gentle, kind, and warm. I don't think a single one of those adjectives describes kanji. My words alone could not have accomplished this.
Guys, why?
You are a machine, unlike us. That is undeniably true. There will be days to come when you are tormented by solitude and caged by your own weakness. But one thing will be very different. Starting today, you are not alone.
Whether she's machine or human has no bearing on her suffering. To be crushed under the weight of despair with seemingly no end to the pain, feeling that one cannot go on any longer. I'm no stranger to those feelings myself. It was always someone else, like my family or teammates, who saved me. But when you're alone, it's difficult to see a way out. You can't find it unless someone else shows you. That's when you learn the extraordinary power derived from one's relationships.
Companionship is the greatest guide. In my mission here, I've come to be reminded of that. We hope to become that guide for you as well. If you're not alone, you can stand to face the most painful of truths.
Face the truth.
And once you face it, you can then reach out to the truth. Labris's gaze turns towards her own shadow. There is no more fear in her eyes. She understands now.
I see. I get it now.
I watch over her as she stands up. No words pass between us, but I am here for her, and that may be enough. Alright, and we just watched her persona regaining scene in Yosuke's story. We don't need to see that again.
Labris and Kirijo-san.
We actually have like 25 minutes left in stream? Yeah, about 25 minutes left, and I think all that's going to be left is one more fight and then a bunch of dialogue. We might actually finish up Mitsuru's story today.
Welcome back, you guys.
I wasn't sure if we'd actually get it done. I thought we'd just like get close to the end. Together with Labris, we head towards the rooftop where there is supposedly an exit to the real world. A small crowd welcomes us on our arrival. Some of them I haven't yet met in person. If I recall correctly, the energetic girl with the short hair is Chie Satonaka. The well-built young man must be Kanji Tatsumi. And that must be the general, I mean, the real Teddy. His speech is no different from the imposters, but in the absence of that evil demeanor, the real one is much more adorable. Adorable is a strong word. All the faces I saw in the video are here with a smile on everyone.
Whoa! You really are a robot! Hey, can I touch you?
Chie, you can't just ask to touch people! Especially not when you just met! At least take them to dinner first.
Chie-san, that's a bit impolite. It's hard enough restraining myself already.
You said restrain yourself.
Well,
I give Labrys an encouraging smile. She needn't be afraid to enter their circle. None of them are rejecting her after all.
sorry I caused you guys trouble.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about that. That Grand Prix was you, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't a half-bad idea. Fighting to see who's the strongest man was awesome!
I love kanji.
What?
Kanji's right, but you should have invited me, too!
Someone's got to lose in round one.
Sorry?
I won't forgive you until you say, I really like you, you big bear of a man. All sexy like that!
Kill him. Execute him right now. Someone burn this freak.
Guys, stop making it even worse. Sorry we're starting off like this.
In any case, I'm really glad you're all right.
I got you to thank for that.
They take very naturally to someone who isn't human.
Great job, Mitsuru. But man, talk about a rowdy bunch of students.
Imagine being a rowdy bunch of students. So anime.
Still, they are kind.
I look at Labrys surrounded by new friends. I wish I could join them, but part of me would rather watch over them for now. And there are things I'll need to consider.
Is something the matter?
I'm not good at relying on others. My responsibilities are so heavy that I don't even think of trusting others with them. I've been told it before, but it never gets easy.
Why not think of things more simply? When something cannot be accomplished alone, there is no other choice but to trust in others to help. Good or bad, it is inevitable. Then why not accept it and move forward? You aren't alone either, after all.
I can't keep myself from smiling at the truism I never would have come up with.
You're right. It's not difficult at all when put that way. It's just as I was saying about companionship being a guide.
Indeed, I'm thankful for my companions. They say the things I cannot and take me outside myself with new perspectives. Take me outside myself, what a phrase. I'm sure that the same principle will save Labrys from straying from her path. Although, I think again about the case. Now that Labrys is safe, there's another issue. The mastermind was not Labrys, but her shadow. However, her shadow emerged and began to act only after she entered the TV world. It's hard to reconcile that with Labrys taking the initiative to escape. Come to think of it, there's something else that can't be explained if we assume Labrys was behind everything.
Was Labrys truly the mastermind here?
Huh? What are you getting at?
Why did Labrys choose them? Where did Labrys learn of them?
It's the students of Yasogami High that trouble me. I can't see why Labrys would have selected them. I thought that they might have sensed the changes Labrys caused in this world on their own, but no. The video that brought them here called them by name. Not to mention that the shadow took the appearance of General Teddy from the start. Neither would be possible unless she had identified them beforehand.
Even we didn't know about them or about this world inside the TV. How did Labrys discover all this?
Yeah, I can't explain it either.
And I still have my doubts regarding the hijackers' mental state. Their memories were so muddled that they couldn't even explain themselves. Did Labrys' abilities extend that far? The more I think about it, the more questions arise. There must be some larger plan at work here after all.
Well, the fastest way to find out is to just ask her. Hey, Labrys!
Akihiko.
Akihiko's loud voice catches not only Labrys' attention, but the high schoolers as well. I had hoped to keep them away from this since they were innocent bystanders. Akihiko seems not to notice my irritated glare. Classic.
When did you wake up? How did you find out about the TV world?
About this place?
Labrys abruptly stops moving just before starting to convulse and taking a leap backwards. It happens so suddenly that even the students standing some distance away raise their voices in alarm.
Labrys!
Get back!
As soon as Akihiko cries out, Aigis runs towards the students to protect them. I keep a careful eye on Labrys, whose face has gone blank, and put some distance between us. My fears have been realized. Labrys reaches for the axe on her back and swings it without hesitation.
Is she malfunctioning? No! Someone's hijacked her.
What?
If we're all here, the shadow is defeated, and someone is still hijacking her, then...
I know you're there. Who are you? Show yourself.
I expected a response, but the source of my answer came as a shock.
Show myself. How cold. You treat me as if I were a stranger.
Oh, we might still have 2 fights left, actually, against Persona Labris and Mitsuru Shadow. I'd forgotten Akihiko's story. They had the Mastermind come out as the Shadow version of Akihiko, so I guess they're going to do that for all the Persona 3 cast, or at least also Mitsuru.
That voice.
A pool of darkness emerges from one of the nearby shadows, forming.
No way. Kirijo-san's shadow?